Justin Trudeau is an absolute wanker. From his famous people kind speech to him applauding a Nazi in the Canadian Parliament, Trudeau has done nothing but pander to the woke ever since his election in 2015. In 2015, during the Syrian migrant crisis that ravaged Europe, changing some of the biggest cities in Europe demographically forever, what did Trudeau do? He said he would not only welcome Syrian refugees and give them money, houses, healthcare, all sorts of benefits, but that he would even welcome ISIS terrorists who left Canada to join ISIS. During his early years as president, Trudeau became an instantaneous meme for his stupid socks that either displayed the rainbow oppression flag, Ramadan symbols, or fucking NATO symbols. He was even more famous for the way he sat. He had no balls. Tiny balls. Him compared to the Chad President Trump are some of the funniest images I've ever seen. And not to mention his endless pandering to regimes, saying that Fidel Castro was a great man, and applauding the regime in China under Xi Jinping, and sending money to the regime in Saudi Arabia so they can slaughter innocent Yemenis. During his famous people kind speech, Trudeau was asked time and time again what he would do to ISIS if ISIS terrorists infiltrated Canada and carried out terrorist attacks. But being the stupid little virgin he is, Trudeau endlessly went on about diversity, tolerance, inclusion, saying that he would welcome Muslims into Canada who were fleeing from war. When a Canadian veteran who'd lost his leg stood up and was demanding what Trudeau would do for Canadian veterans who were starving and on the streets, Trudeau said nothing. And if he did say something, it was more woke bullshit. Trudeau is a fucking manlet. Same as Emmanuel Macron, who first came to power in France, claiming he was going to stop mass immigration that has been ravaging France, turning Paris into an utter shithole. Instead, Macron did nothing. During the Paris riots this year, Macron did nothing but sit back and watch his city burn. Trudeau, on the other hand, will probably join in with the rioters and help burn down a Canadian city. That's how woke he is. He's endlessly apologising, he's endlessly being an idiot, and he's endlessly virtue signalling. In either 2022 or 2021, or even maybe in 2020, there were alleged mass graves found on the former sites of Catholic schools for Indigenous children in Canada. Trudeau, instead of helping his country recover from lockdown and COVID, an absolute pandemic, which Trudeau introduced laws during a pandemic to arrest people for not wearing a mask, not taking the vaccine, not doing anything, instigating a 1984 style regime. But what did Trudeau do when these mass graves were found? Did he ignore it and instead try to help Canada recover from the absolute bad decision that was lockdown that affected Canadian businesses and caused the Canadian economy and the world economy to go down? No. Instead, he went out to a field in the middle of nowhere and prayed in solidarity to these mass graves, which later turned out to be latrines. And of course, who could forget Trudeau's recent stunt, which was applauding a friggin' Nazi. A friggin' Nazi. In Canadian Parliament. Trudeau is an absolute virtue signalling wanker, but he's also great inspiration for a meme. After all, Trudeau claims he's anti-racist, but 20 years ago he dressed up like Ali Baba for an Arabian Nights play. He dressed up like a Jamaican, put on a Jamaican accent and sang a Bob Marley song, and did other blackfacing. And he does this. He does all this woke, virtue signalling crap, appeasing the regime, bowing down to whatever these wokies say is important, whether it be Islam, whether it be fictional mass graves, whether it be the LGBTQ, whether it be friggin' Nazis. He bows down and takes it up the arse like the good little conformist he is. He even said in 2015 and 2016 that he would personally fight Vladimir Putin. A man who ever since his childhood has been beating the shit out of people. Yeah, good luck, Trudeau. I bet he'll wipe the fucking floor with you. Trudeau, under his leftist Marxist regime, has destroyed Canada, turning it into the Sweden of America. Turning it into an absolute joke. And now with America becoming a leftist shithole, with cities filling up with black terrorists and drug addicts, looking like a communist version of hell. It looks like Trudeau might now have some fucking competition with Biden and other American leftists. And with the American presidential elections coming up, well, Trudeau better get ready. Some harsh competition. Who can destroy a country fastest?